Hello friends, welcome to the third project which we are going to create with Vanilla JavaScript with ES6, and it is called as PokeDex. So we are going to create a Pokemon card app in which we are going to use the Pokemon API. So we are going to do a API call. So let us go ahead, and I am in my terminal. Here I am creating a directory PokeDex, going inside the directory, then creating three file. I don't want this, I want this. So I have a fish terminal in my Mac, so it auto generates everything. Means it is a sort of AI thing. So but as I've told earlier also, you just have to create a folder. If you are in Windows, create a folder PokeDex, and inside that create three files: one index.html, style.css, and main.js. After that, let me open it with VS Code. So you can directly open that with VS Code. So I'm opening that with VS Code, and here is my VS Code with these three. So now let me go to index.html, and let me give this not and then tab. So this is a shortcut which will create me my HTML skeleton. So after that I will come here in the document, I will give PokeDex, and after that I will link my CSS also, styles.css, and after that let me have a h1 which will contain PokeDex. Let me save it, and I am using an extension live server. So as you I can click on this go live, and it will open this. So it is opening. So it is opening in Safari. I don't want it Safari, I want it in my new browser Brave. So I'm opening it there. So it is opening there. So after that let us go to styles.css, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to, no, I don't want this. I am not going to explain much of the styles, but because this is a JavaScript project mainly, so but then also let me explain a bit. So what I'm doing, I'm importing two Google fonts here. uh, One is this, and MUD, and one is Lato. So after that I am doing the default uh, CSS thing, box sizing border box, so it will select everything. Body, I'm making the background this yellow, and default means this is a fallback actually. This background linear gradient will work if it is not there in a browser like IE11. The fallback color will be shown. Display flex, this is also a thing which many people do, so everything is centered. So in body only we will give this display flex, flex direction column. By default it is row, align item center, and justify content center. So everything will be center. Font family letter margin 0, and h1 I am giving the letter spacing. So let me save it and see, it is done. So the font is also changed. So now what we are going to do, will we complete our index.html so that we can go to our main.js and start the JavaScript part. So here we are going to have a div of poke container dot poke container. Those who don't know, I'm using the Amit shortcut. So hash poke container dot poke container after div, it will create a div with id poke container and class poke container. I have to press the tab. I'm pressing the tab and it is created. So I want only this div. See, everything will be done in place of this div only, so I don't want anything else. So let me give the script c, and it will be in.js. Save it, and then after that let me go to the main.js, and here let us have this const okay container equal to document dot get element by id poke container poke container. So we are selecting this id, and after that we are also having a constant, because what happens from the Pokemon's API we get 150 Pokemons. So let us have this in a constant because we are soon going to use it. 150 number 150, and let us create our function get Pokemon. We are using our arrow function, and we are making it async for a reason id. So it is getting the parameter id and its arrow function. Async means we are going to use the await. We are doing async await because we are going to do a API call. So const url equal to https poke api dot co api v2 Pokemon id const res equal to await fetch url. So we are using the inbuilt fetch url to fetch it. So nowadays we don't want any other external third-party thing because it is inbuilt in our browser, only this fetch API. So by this we can do a API call, and then const Pokemon, because it comes in the second await, the result await res dot json. It is not co-cast, it is const, and console.log Pokemon and get. We're just testing it. Get Pokemon, we're passing one, only one, so we can get data of the first Pokemon. So let me come here, let me open my console and let me save it. It took some time and get me back my data, and the result of the first Pokemon have come. So it abilities, name, Bulbasaur, species, and we got one spirit also, which we are going to use soon, which is nothing but the image. So this we have got. So after that, so it was just a temporary thing. So let me remove this, because what we are going to do, we create a function called fetch Pokemons, because as I have told, we will get the data of 150 Pokemon. So what we are going to do, so we are going to run this fetch Pokemon function for that, because we are going to call this 150 times. So to do that, const fetch Pokemons equal to async, it will take no parameters. So we are using a traditional while for loop, and after a long time I'm using this because we want it to run for 150 time and we don't want it to have a array or something. So traditional for loop is the best for that. I is less than equal to, see that Pokemon number which we have declared, it is here. Pokemon number, we could have given 150 directly also here, but it's better to give it like this, 1 plus plus, and we have given it async because each one of them should await till the date of one Pokemon is run. Get Pokemon we are calling, and with the I we are calling, so it will start from 1 and it will end at 150. So it will go like this. So if I save it, see, it will get me all those 150 Pokemons. That is still working because 150 is a lot of them. So let me close it now, and let me cut it because I don't want this console.log. I want this to be create Pokemon card. I want a card to be created for each Pokemon. So let us do that. Const create Pokemon, and if one is there, as you know, I don't even want this brackets is not required. Const Pokemon el equal to document dot create element. So we are using that document dot create element to create a element of div, and then this poke element dot class list dot add. So we are adding a class with the name of Pokemon. So we are adding a class with the name of Pokemon, and then after that const poke inner HTML equal to, we are soon actually going to change it, so let me add more things here. So let me have the name right now, so let me see that whether it is coming in our browser. Pokemon dot name, and then Pokemon el dot inner HTML, the class, the div which we have just created, its inner HTML equal to this poke inner HTML, this variable, no I want this poke inner HTML, and then poke container, this poke container dot append, I don't want append child, I want, so child element of this div which have this, the child element of this child, append child poke el. So let me save it and see, it is working fine. We are getting those 150 Pokemons. So this means our logic is working fine. So we just now need to show those Pokemon in a nice card, so and get all those things, not just the name but the other things also we are going to get from them. So let us get them. I will come here and okay, inner HTML, yeah, I am using object destructuring here, id dot name comma sprites, sprites. This all we are getting back from the API types, equal to Pokemon, const type equal to types of 0 dot type dot name, and then we are going to build this whole inner HTML with all these things. So let us do that. Let me remove this now. So here we have to write it completely. Div class equal to img dash container div img src equal to sprites dot front default. Let us give it alt also. Alt equal to name. We already destructured it here. Close this image. So this image container is this, and there will be one info container. Div class equal to info, div span class equal to number, dollar id span, then s3 class of name, dollar name, s3. Let me save this much. Yeah, it is coming. So we want one more thing, which is the type. So let me give a small tag class of, we are giving this class so that we can style it later on in the CSS. Type, we are again going to give a span dollar type span small, yeah, the type is also coming fine. So actually our project is complete, but it is not nice to leave it like this because we should do some CSS also. I know it's a JavaScript, but yeah, everything should be good looking, then it's look good. So let me do some CSS. I will also try to explain it. So what we will target first, we will target first this OK container. Actually not much CSS is required because the invention of flexbox and all, we don't nowadays require much CSS because of that. OK container, we will make it a display flex wrap is wrap, so that it can go to the next line. Align items is space between and justify content is center. Let's see how it is looking. And margin is 0 auto, but we have to give the max width is 1200 px. Yeah, so after this I will give the Pokemon background color. So this, where does this Pokemon class comes? This Pokemon class is actually our this Pokemon class which we have added in here. So background color #EEE, yeah, it is coming. Border radius is 20 px. Box shadow is 0 3 px 15 px. RGBA 100 comma 100 comma 100 comma 0.5. Margin is 10 px. Padding is 20 px. Text align is center. So it is like this. And so the small mistake which I have made is this: I have given the poke under dash container as the class. So but here you see it is poke, class is poke dash. So I have to change it like this, and it is showing nice. So I think it is showing almost good, but let make it a bit more better. So it won't take much time. So see, this is how nice it is showing our all PokeDex. So let us make it somewhat more beautiful. So Pokemon dot img container. So what is this img container? This img container which we had created dynamically through JavaScript. So this background color is RGBA 255 255 255 and opacity of 0.6. Yeah, like this. See, this one is extra, it is showing. And after this, let's give a border radius of 50%. So let us make it complete round. So it is complete round, now looking good. Width, let's give some width also so that it doesn't come out in any one of them. With 120 px. Height should also be 120 px. And text align should be center. And then after that we are targeting the Pokemon, then that image content, and we will target this image. So let me copy this and we will target the image. So let us make the image equal in all of the cases. Margin top, let it have some margin, and then max width of 90%. Okay, so it is almost okay. Then we are going to target this info class which contains all these three. So dot Pokemon dot info, margin top 20 px. We are having some margin, so between this and this one we are getting a margin. So after that we'll target this number which is ID which is coming for each Pokemon. We will target that dot Pokemon dot number, background color is RGBA, don't want like this, RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.1, border radius is 10 px, font size is 0.8 em, padding is 5 px and 10 px. We save it. Yeah, and in the number also we are giving that circle, not exactly circle, but because it is border radius is only 10 px, dot Pokemon dot name, margin is, so name we are targeting the name 15 px 0 7 px, and letter spacing is 1 px. So by letter spacing it becomes more beautiful. See, bit of letter spacing is there. So this completes our project. Hope you like the project. Thank you.